Peace, family. What's good? What's good? What's good? Title of the video: Why are men so afraid of women? This brings me such a great joy to discuss. I just got done watching the Chinese historian talking about the Hikikomori culture and, by extent, the Western incel culture. I don't know if people really know my views of this or not. Because I feel like the view that I'm very hard on women. You know, I'm very hard on men too. I'm very hard on. I'm very intense. I get shit done. Very focused, very driven. So I've always been in a kind of position. I feel like most people. I was broke my whole life. My parents had money. I was broke my whole life. I've already learned how to live within my own skin. I already learned how to live within my own flesh. I already learned how to live on this earth. I don't need Western civilization or Eastern civilization to teach me anything. I already know how to live on planet Earth. So when I hear so many young men, very young, boys, so many boys, for real, are afraid of the future. Why? What are you afraid of? I played Fallout. I played Fallout New Vegas. I played Fallout 2, Fallout Tactics. I'm gonna survive. I played The Walking Dead. I'm gonna survive. I'm good. It does not matter what any crazy ass white man does. It doesn't matter what any crazy ass fucking yellow man does. I existed on this earth before you. I will exist on this earth long after you. I don't need your men. I don't need any of this shit y'all going through, man. Why are they so afraid of women? They don't know how to please women. They don't know how to satisfy women. Women don't really want to be around them. They hate women. They need to view themselves as superior to women, to devalue women. Otherwise, they can't have sex with the women that they would want to have sex with. Those women can very easily find another woman, get a strap on, and have just as great a time on their own without getting pregnant, hopefully without getting any diseases, and still be respected and cared for. Why would a woman voluntarily enter a relationship whose golden era of marriage is an era in which women were being brutally beaten and abused by their husbands without the ability to divorce their husbands, as if modern culture is the reason why people are alcoholics? I feel as if you did not, I don't want to say lie, but if you did not romanticize whiteness so much, do me a favor real quick. Name one country that was not colonized. Name one. Okay, so thank you. You talk about the issues of racism, the issues of colorism. This is a global. It's a benefit to white people. This is a global problem. It doesn't take a lot of education to realize that white people aren't better than anybody else. And that's it. So they don't want you to have any education. They don't want you to read any books. They don't want you to learn anything. Learn something that's going to make them more money. Shut the fuck up. Go on with the program. And no one's doing that anymore. No one wants to deal with white men. Do you understand what white men have done for the past 500 years on this earth? Nobody wants to deal with white men. Especially not white men who are like very proud of the things white men have done for the past 500 years. I understand a great number of you are atheists, agnostic. This is your righteous indignation. This is your punishment from God. You will no longer exist on this earth. And I know that's a hard thing to accept, but it's necessary. For a very long time, the people that look exactly like the men that are complaining about women, complaining about immigrants, they have treated people like total garbage and utter shit. They've beaten people, they've abused people, they have ripped people's dignity away. And I'm not talking about slavery. I'm talking about the entire planet, everywhere they have gone. And they try to gaslight you with it being the Jews. These are European people. These people in Israel, these are European people. These are not Jewish people. They changed their names to seem more Jewish. They're not Jewish people, they're European people. Or they're American. They're afraid because women decide who lives and who dies. Men, by proxy, must take care of women, even if they're a mechanic, even if they're building roads or bridges. A woman does not have to replicate that man. Women are choosing. And I guess the jealousy of what women prefer has been a long, gripping difficulty for these men. So much, in fact, that they're willing to kill and murder any other dude to ensure they're able to reproduce. They're willing to force women to reproduce. Because if not, they'll cease to exist. It's wrong to discriminate against anybody of any group. It's wrong to treat anybody better or worse than you would treat other people. You should treat everybody the same. The reason why these people fear civil rights, human rights, women's rights, gay rights, is because they profit so much off your oppression. They profit so much off your division that you need to stop chasing your enemy. And that's what women have done. Women have stopped chasing their enemy. I think a term, or a phrase rather, that many people have used is that she became the man that she needed. No, she became the hero, the heroine that she needed. It's not just about masculine energy and feminine energy. She became the person, the individual that she needed in her life, that other people needed. And you need to do the same. It's not about how much money you make. Are you able to create a safe space for her? Even if you don't have to always be in it. For her. She'll still appreciate that. Do you bring stress into her life or do you bring nurturing into her life? Do you only bring presence or do you bring wisdom? Do you want what's best for her or do you want her to do what you told her to do? People have feelings. And people feel so deeply that when they hear the pain that another person went through, they never want to go through that. It doesn't take every single person going through this experience to say, this shouldn't happen. One time, the first time it happens, is enough. I've just noticed something with white men, like the narcissistic psychopathy, the blatant apathy, the like, white men just seem to be so normalized to people being abused and treated poorly. And I would really like for you guys to stop making podcasts and to maybe go to therapy. It's just like I have this kid who messaged me from Russia saying how terrified he is that USA is going to kill him and treat him the way that they treat the Israelis or treat him the way that they treat, all these other people, treat the Iraqis. It's like, what is that? Like, what is like actually fucking wrong with you guys? Like, what are you actually fucking going through that this is just what you do and you justify? Like, it's so fucked up and so fucking evil and disgusting. And you pride yourself on this shit. Like, why the fuck would a woman reproduce with you? Why would a woman want to be with you? If she wasn't going through some weird fucking mental issues herself, why the fuck would she ever be around someone like you? Many of us are simply just American citizens, regardless of our skin color. And we don't have the control to really stop our government. We should. We should. But we currently do not have the control to stop these evil ass people from killing everybody. Because these people habituate and are normalized to the worst possible treatment of humanity as a necessity. I pray God's righteous justice. I pray for the headache to be removed. And I pray that true peace, not control, rules over us. Not violence, torture, enslavement, and oppression and pain. It's ironic that so many white men normalize this era and this day and age in which women were being abused, in which children were being kidnapped and abused. And so you can get away with it, isn't it? And so that you can get away with it, no one would hold you accountable, and so then no one would arrest you. No one would demand justice. No one would watch, record you, and make you face it yourself so that you could do it and hide your face and run off into the woods. You don't want people to talk about it. You don't want people to know because you want to do it, but you don't want to take any accountability for it. It doesn't take much. Maybe about 8 to 10 inches to show a woman what a real man is. And all this other shit, it's gone. Everything else, it's gone. That orgasm is all that exists in the world. That's what creates life. And it's not just when you have an orgasm. When you open her up and then you release your seed, that creates life. And that's why all you know is death. 'Cause you don't have that ability.